Right, Millie. This week, COVID Central is open for business. I want you to book me a patient every 20 minutes, just like usual.
You sure, Dr. Fideo? What about that fallow period we're supposed to have?
That's what I've been doing all weekend, putting stuff in to reduce it to 15 minutes.
But I thought there was going to be something coming out from Public Health England about that.
We'll all have gone bust before those half-wits decide anything. Considering the way they've been recording the COVID deaths, I don't know why anyone would take anything Public Health England says seriously anymore anyway. Apparently, yesterday there were 9 deaths in the UK, and according to them, 17 of them were from England. Oh, and by the way, I'm alternating between my surgery and Cressida's.
What's Cressida doing then?
She won't be coming in for a while.
So what am I supposed to do with all her patients?
What, all 6 of them? I'm sure we can squeeze them in somewhere.
I see you've got one of these too, Rufus. They're in all the surgeries. What are they?
These, Charlie, are our salvation.
What are they for?
These are all about getting this ridiculous fallow time down to a level where the practice is a viable business again. Apparently, the 1 hour fallow time was thought up by a team of half-wits from Public Health England who decided that 5 air changes an hour removed 99% of aerosol, so they added 1 for luck and made it 6. Then we get to the good bit, when these brilliant people came up with the idea that in a room without windows or doors, the air would be changed 6 times in an hour. Now, I don't know if whoever is supposed to be leading this team has ever seen a dental surgery, but in my experience, there aren't many without windows or doors. Can you believe it? It's absolute bollocks. I mean, leaving out the fact there's no evidence at all for any of this nonsense, in a room with no ventilation, where the fuck did they think this air was going to go, for Christ's sake? It's just like all the other non-evidence-based drivel we've had to put up with from the CQC and NHS England over the past 10 years. But OK, if they want us to change the air 6 times, we'll do it. The volume of air in here is about 37 cubic metres. This thing will shift 4,000 an hour, so you do the maths. It'll change the air 6 times in less than 3.5 minutes, and that's not even on full blast. They make a bloody great noise though, so we can't really use them while there's a patient in the chair.
I thought they were going to announce revised guidance on the fallow time, Rufus.
They were going 2 weeks ago, but never got round to it. Instead, we found out they decided to set up a committee, which would probably spend hours talking endlessly before finally deciding to set up a steering committee to reiterate the bleeding obvious, which is that nobody really knows what length of time, if any, is necessary anyway.
Wasn't there something from the CDO?
Haven't heard from Hurley Temple since the last webinar. Then, lo and behold, she pops up on Zoom, giving an address to the virtual LDC conference.
Did she have anything useful to say?
No, not really. Mostly banging on about her vision of being somehow able to treat caries by preventive dentistry alone, but in a virtual way. I'm beginning to think she actually believes this crisis might turn out to be good for dentistry in the end. She even said, "The stars are aligning for us to end UDAs." So now it seems the woman is using astrology in deciding how dentistry survives in a global pandemic. She's turning into bloody Mystic Meg.
Can we see it going, Rufus?
What? Oh, right. There you go.
You could really feel it cutting you. I can see why it's too noisy to use with the patient in the surgery.
Charlie, forgive me for asking, but what are you wearing?
It's a genuine spacesuit from the 1969 lunar landing program, Rufus. Good, isn't it?
Well, I suppose it knocks the socks off a plastic visor and a disposable mask. Bit over the top for a morning of ortho, though. Now open really wide, Mrs. Pewty. Just a little scratch. Well done. Now we'll leave that for a while to go numb. Can you set up for an endo, Sharon?
OK.
Phew, it's all go running 2 surgeries. Reminds me of the old days. At least to keep you fit. I should think Mrs. Pewty will be numb by now. What the... Where's Mrs. Pewty gone, Sharon?
What? I don't know. 1 minute she was here, then when I looked up, she'd gone.
Did she say anything?
I don't know. Can't hear nothing with the racket that thing makes.
You're not supposed to turn it on when there's a patient in the chair, Sharon.
I sorted Mrs. Pewty out. Found her halfway down the garden. Bit dazed and windswept, but gave her a cup of tea and she's fine. Says she don't remember nothing after she had her injection.
Good thing she always has sedation.
Yeah. Now you'll have to explain to her why she never got no treatment, though.